Welcome to this live reading. I'm currently live in Telegram, my free membership. So if you would enjoy being on the live, sitting with me in real time, you can join me in my Telegram group, the Wild Hearts Club. It's nice to sit and be able to receive your presence and your energy. It does really feed into these deep collective readings. I am going to be intuitively being the conduit in between the realms, between the seen and the unseen. And we're going to get some messages today. So I've got an array of tarot cards and my own personal deck that I've created based on self-concepts, ideas, thoughts, patterns, and many other different things that I talk about in my coaching and mentoring. So I do group and online sessions. So this is a tarot reading that's going to pull just everything and anything in. More specifically, as within, so without. That's what the reading, like the title is called. Okay, so let's get some messages, signs and synchronicities in your 3D reality that are going to help you know if this is your reading. So yeah, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. So I've had the sun come a lot. The sun card come out in a lot of my readings, and just the sun as a sign that has been like, I've been picking that up a lot. Also flowers. Kia ora, Emma, welcome. Flowers are very present. So this is also the bloom. It's also a part of, so you might be really being called to work with rose or the rose or rose codes. This is to do with the womb. We have High Priestess here. So you identify yourself as a priestess of some form. You work with the heart or repairing the heart. You have a soft touch. So you could also have healing hands. Or you're learning how to channel energy through your hands. I feel like you receive a lot through your hands. So you could scry by holding people's personal possessions. Yeah, the sun again. The sun all to do with like your own personal sun. I also feel like this is the masculine lineage. So you could be doing a lot of father healing at this time, and inner child healing more specifically. Learning how to pour from you being well watered. So cups, different types of cups. I'm hearing like pottery. There's like a connection to do with clay, which also links you into the divine feminine healing. We do have the Queen of Pentacles. She's also been coming out a lot lately. All to do with that feminine healing. Laying things to rest could be a common theme at this time for you. But also feeling like you want to invest in yourself, invest in more knowledge, because we also have books. So this could just be you investing in that spiritual side to you, but more specifically, it is the healing that's taking place. You may be really wanting to do more investment and more time into healing some of your more spiritual depths. King of Wands, moving through with love. Forgiveness could be a big theme for you at this time. Forgiveness helps you move through rage. We've got noughts and crosses, so games, having fun. Snakes, we've got skulls. So you could also work in the shadow realms or have a deep connection with the shadows of some form. I feel like there's a little bit of a freaky, nasty side to you where there's a part of you that actually can get off on the freaky nasties in the shadow. I feel like you also, there's this energy coming in that you're detaching from old relationships where there was that freaky sexual high stimulation of the relationship that you really loved. I feel like that's something that can either play on your inner child and feed your demons. But there is this light relationship with that sexual energy of yourself where you can nurture that and it actually be healing your inner child, not wounding it further. So yeah, I'm seeing a enlightenment in the type of people that you choose. This is all to do with that death energy. You're like bringing death into your heart, just so much heart healing, but making good choices, making really sensible choices that may feel boring. I'm hearing might come across as something that's boring, but it's safe for your nervous system. But it is just the beginning of something beautiful and wonderful. All the things that you didn't believe that you were worthy of, I feel like these relationships that you're calling in, they're going to help you be well rewarded and rewarded. Anything else? Let's get a few more. Hanged Man. I've actually been seeing a lot of barbed wire around. I went to a fair last weekend with my family and they were making barbed wire like ornaments, which was really distinctive. It made me be like, ah, but at the same time, like, ugh. So I think that's the duality of the light and the dark coming together. Kia ora, Rachel, welcome. We've got two butterflies here. Orange butterflies were a thing that came through. I don't know whether I dreamt that or I've heard that in other readings, but orange butterfly was definitely a sign. I feel like that's for someone else. That message that came in. So you also, I'm hearing the things that you retain aren't necessarily for you. That's a part of you learning your boundaries and what is collective and what is personal or independent. That's a big one for business, for your business and the processes of you putting these things together. Okay, I'm a frozen ass bitch. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Lots of energy moving through this space, and this space has always been quite susceptible to the delicate energies, and there is a lot that is channeling through. So we are back. I'm just going to say, okay. So I'm also getting some swords coming in, decisions, to-do lists, so we've got priestess energy, light warrior, sisterhood healing is happening. People you grew up with have influenced your mind through your emotional attachments. So that's that shadow work. I feel like you really are quite natural in your intuition, which is helping you become that light warrior. Just because you have an intuition and you have all these abilities to with people, it doesn't actually mean that you are there's nothing for you to do or that there's no action for you to take. It's actually quite the opposite. So there's this hot goddess habits that have come through, which just tautoko your focus within your business and within your light. But it's also overcoming those emotional attachments that you have that do and is the sisterhood healing. That sisterhood healing is also the mother healing. And it's actually so important that you're taking care of your nest first with the sisterhood healing. So your actual sister or your whakapapa, and creating a space for you to be able to be safe in these connections, in these relationships, whether you have a physical relationship with your sisters or your family at that. It's just about like being a light warrior and being present in your whānau. It doesn't mean that you have to have a relationship with them. It's just the relationship that you have with yourself based on what you know that they think or feel about you. You have to be okay with that. That is how you no longer allow those people who you grew up with, who have influenced your mind, to continue to manipulate you. Because there's nothing to manipulate. You ain't got shit because you let it go. You let the feelings go that are held within your tiana that your nervous system remembers as a child. Because those relationships, when you don't take care of that part of yourself, as soon as you enter in a romantic relationship, it's going to get triggered and you're not going to understand what it is. And maybe your person won't understand either. So there is that journey that you go through to discover it. However, when we're working within a child, you want to make sure that your adult or your sense of maturity that you have with yourself and your nest and these relationships that you grew up with, they got to be tight. They have to be kept in very safe spaces for you, but you don't get locked in that safe space that you've created for your inner child. Okay, so you just have a space for you to be able to carry it, but in your everyday reality, you are content with what people think and feel about you. Allow others to love you the way your inner child needs. Because if you're focused on all of that all of the time, you miss out on the people that actually are trying to love you. Okay. We've got ground and collect before you respond. I feel like that's just something that's I feel like that's a separate reading. Don't let the injustice take over. Plan bigger than the problem. I feel like this is an injustice in business, right? It's kind of like that, getting your ideas stolen. So just because somebody has money and resources and a skill set and the opportunity to do something that you may not be able to do because you don't have all of those things yet, it's bigger than what you believe it is. If there is that overwhelming sense of you focusing so much at the injustice, like it's not fair. It's not fair. Yeah, it is not fair. Like, reality-wise, life is not fair. There is more in store for you. And a couple of the other readings that I've done this week, there's that energy of you are a hard lesson to learn. And also, going back to, just because people have resources, money, opportunity, all of these things, it doesn't mean that that's a part of their soul's purpose to do. I feel like the energy that I'm picking up on is karmic energy. It's like people are trying to humble you through stealing your ideas and doing it for themselves. But the reality is that no one doesn't like you. And that's the whole point as well. When you plan bigger than the problem, you become 20 steps ahead. You become unshakable, and you also become really fearless in how you show up in your business. Your business is where you are the light warrior. Okay. And when you're allowing others to love you the way your inner child needs, this is connecting into getting paid for the service that you host and the space that you hold for the clients. And essentially, when we look at energy, it's the contracts. You have a lot of contracts that have been delegated to you for you to assist, because you deserve to be paid for the investment of dedicating your life and your soul to helping people, right? It's beyond money. This energy, like the injustice, that's when people are focusing on the materials of things. And that is such a lack mentality that does not help people win. Okay. And like Spirit keeps saying, even though people have those things that you may not have at this time, it does not mean that they do a better job. Some people can fake it until they make it, but that energy is unsustainable because you burn out every single time because it's unauthentic. Okay. What is authentic is you tidying up your energy so no one triggers you and you don't allow people to have that type of power over you. That's the real justice being served, is when you effortlessly just mind your own business, like your actual business, and the results speak for themselves. And you're just doing your hot girl shit. And you're not worried about anything. And you're not like, oh, the clients. The clients will come. Your business will feel alive. You will get blood flow into it. And then you will have the resources, you will have the money, you will have the time, you will have the space, you will have whatever it takes for you to have those ideas be a lived experience. Your ceremonies. I'm seeing a lot of ceremonies, food, or like sense stuff, somatic stuff. I'm just seeing like a lot of really feel good, loving up on ourselves, because the space that's being held is very, very detached from the ego. Okay. So I've pulled some tarot. We've got the Hanged Man, we've got the Moon together. We've got the Unknown card in reverse with the Four of Cups, also reversal with the 10 of Pentacles. When I first saw this card, I thought it was the 2, but it's moved into the 10. So things aren't what they seem, right? And if you can't see anything that's happening on the outside, like you're putting in a lot of work, but you don't seem to be seeing results, shit's happening underneath. This energy always reminds me of when you plant a seed, you don't like re-dig the seed up after 4 weeks to see if it's growing. You trust the process and you wait to see the sprouts. Okay. This is the same. Seeds are being sown, but they need time. And during that time is when you nurture yourself. So you would nurture the soil, you would fertilize the soil, you would water the seed, right? And you would take care of it, and you're sending it energy and sending it love, and making sure that it is warm or it has enough humidity. You know, seeds love many different types of things. So there's all of that, and that shit is important. The nurturing, the fertilization, the watering, all of that needs your full attention. You putting that intention into the seeds that you want to see sprout. So, okay. But there's that trust, because you've already done it. So now you're trusting in the process. So what is your process? What is the plan that's bigger than the problem? And this isn't something that you just are creating. This is something that you've been working on for a very long time. The whole point of shadow work and processes is for you, like the reason why you journal is because you're getting all of these things out and you're putting it into a book. So go back into your journals. If you've done manifestation work, if you've done affirmations, self-concepts, if you've done all of that and you've spent that time writing it down, go and have a look, because those are resources. Those, all of that hot goddess habits, the self-concept work, that is the meat in your business. That is what's going to help sustain you. You are the reason. You are the whole point. You are your brand. You are your offerings. You are your services. So the way that you would care for clients, and if you're a coach and they are employing you to take care of energy, then you would do your job. You have a process that you go through in your healing sessions where you're like, right, this is what I'm going to do. That's a structure, right? So that's your masculine and feminine. That is how you maintain. And then after your clients, when you've got your nest time, so that's cleaning the house, getting your kids ready for shit, like, you know, being a mother. But there's also that nurturing time that you need, the journaling, the breath work, the eating healthy, the stretching, the going to the gym, the sports, right? The drinking of the water, the sleeping fucking 8 hours and not 4, right? And if you can't sleep and you've got anxiety, it's the dealing of the anxiety. It's all of these things put into it could be fucking 1 hour, 30 minutes a day. Doing different things in order to get results, the results coming in cycles, you not being alone, you having foresight into the shadows is a real fucking, well, they're saying bonus because it means that you're able to navigate through the realms of the unknown a lot more efficiently. You are going down a path that you have not seen before, but that's the whole point. And this is the whole point of abundance, is being on a different path. I feel like you have been a little bit confused maybe on why this path doesn't look familiar, and there's a lot of fear that's coming up. This is just a gentle reminder that this is the whole point. You are creating new pathways, so you're not always going to be able to predict what's coming up if you've never been in the location. It's like when you go to a new beach and you have to walk from the road through the dunes onto the sand, onto the actual beach. And sometimes you don't know that path. So the whole journey to the beach itself, that little bit, is a journey already, because you're like, oh, wow, I've never been to this beach before. I wonder. And you can see the environment and get an idea of the type of place that you are at. We've got mushrooms, the beach. I feel like you're going to have a really fruitful summer. Hey. Hey. Hi, darling. Yeah, the flowers are there. So definitely feeling the rose codes, the soft feminine energy in ceremony. So you're a ceremonial, you might be like a ceremonialist, artist. You work with music, you work with sound, and you have a deep resonance with like indigenous roots, or like the root. So there's always going to be a part of you that needs to lock in. And I feel this hermit with the moon, you're being told to lock in. You're being told to practice what it is that you preach, because that's the magic. Practicing what you preach is the pleasure of you being in your business. It's not a punishment. It's not a punishment to show up for people, to show up online, okay? And if you've got judgy ass people, then there are some boundaries that you're needing to put in place. And we did say that there were people leaving. Oh, the snake and the lover card, death and the lovers. This energy coming through again.
Please don't go in the hallway to your room. I'm going to sleep.
So the ending of relationships, and yeah, what I said was that you're making room for new contracts, and there's nothing worse than showing up in your sacred space in the place that you dream about, that you are thinking about constantly, because I know you're thinking about your business constantly. You're obsessed with your business, which is freaking sexy, right? You want to be that person who is so obsessed with their business and thinking about it and like, oh my God, I'm going to do this, this, this. People are going to come in here and they're going to love it. They're going to feel like themselves. I'm going to be able to like have these beautiful energy exchanges where we're both like crying of happiness and we're like hugging because we're so happy, and we're drinking plant medicine and we're just like, we see each other and we hear each other and I can just like channel whatever it is the fuck that I want. And this person's like, oh my God, you're healing me. That shit is yummy. Like that's the type of business owner that you are. Okay. And you're making space for those who don't allow you to feel like that. So you may show up and people may make you feel icky or sticky, or there might be just the feelings of you're not being heard, you're not feeling the love, you're not feeling valued. But there may be other aspects that are happening that are being fulfilled, such as the money. So these clients often come in as full paying clients who will just like, bam, yes, like hello. And that's really helpful in your business, but it's not in the long run. If you carry these clients all in the abundance and they're not quite there yet, right? But it's also that you call them in, that this is a part of your leveling up, your level of awareness of yourself, because once upon a time you attracted in those clients. So our business and the way we work with ourselves and spirit, because there's that soul element to it as well, but the human and the soul need to be on the same page in order for that bigger plan to move, to be bigger than the problem. Lots of coming into the house today. I did say that I was feeling quite playful, so Harper's on the move, which is no surprises. So some of the fear or the egos that could be coming up around this energy are just with the releasing of people, places, energies. You just give it to God, babe. You just give it to source. You're just like, okay, I understand this was an energy that I needed to learn from. I've learned from it. Can you please take it out of my life? Unscathed. I don't want to be hurt. I understand. I get it. I want to move on. Let's move forward. Let's easily make this disappear out of my life. And it will. It always does. You always get what you want. Once you understand what it is that you want, you always get that. So there is that. You've got a lot of pentacles. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So that makes sense because we are talking about money, frequency, currency. And the Pentacles for me and the way I read tarot is wealth. Okay. Let's go some more cards. This is my handmade one. Yes, Queen. Daddy Universe says it's yours. Okay, so there is a big energy coming through with your house. House clearing, protect your energy better, grid your house. We've got to be the change, miss, embody the practice it takes to change the pattern. So that was what we were speaking into with the business and the people and all the things. Your inner child wants a hug. Damn, baby, do some inner child loving tonight, please. Or whenever you see this, do something playful, do something that you used to do when you were a kid, or something that's really comforting for you. Timelines are merging. Sometimes you'll see your shadows try come into your light by leading you into the darkness. Temptation, trauma responses, trauma bonds. I'm picking up with those, but yeah, you don't need to do that shit anymore. Don't text them back. Listen for the signs you've been asking for. Just accept what you can't control. So that is a lot to do with the uncertainty as well. Okay. I do feel that there is like one particular connection. You might feel these people energetically. I feel like they're in a space and in a space and time of themselves where they're looking for direction, but they're looking backwards. They're not looking forwards. And I feel like they are looking at your energy, connecting on your energy. This is a heavy energy. It's not very nice. I feel like this is also a part of the protect your house, do some house gridding, a lot of like cord cutting, binaural beats, meditating and creating protection over your house. But this is also we are self-loving, self-caring, when you're taking care of your stuff, when you're keeping your space clean. Heavy energy likes to hide in chaotic spaces. So if your energy is chaotic and you haven't checked in to your house, or you haven't put roots down, or, just the same way that you protect your tinana is the same energy that you use on your house, gridding your house. And it's also, please, 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 goddess, please apply that to your business. Okay? Cleanse your online spaces. Make sure what you're putting out is aligned to your heart. This is how you protect yourself. Only make content or create services that feed into your high vibration energy, okay? Do not price anything that is low. Don't put out something because you're in lack or scarcity. You're like, fuck, I need money. It's coming up to Christmas. I really need something. Panic mode. When you align into your light and you're doing it from abundance, you've got so much time, pleasure, knowledge, wealth, energy to share. You've got space. You can fill that space with yummy, high vibration energy, okay? So, yeah, this person, they may reach out to you. I would advise you not to feed into the wairua. You, at this point, are working on having higher standards, higher boundaries. This is a way that protects you. So the way people treat you, You don't have to respond to everything. If you want to be spoken to, it should be in a face-to-face, a face contact environment, but it also should not make you feel yuck. If it feels yuck, it's not love. It's not high truth. It's, yeah. Okay, so if you do see this person, I don't see it working out well. With the 10 of Swords and the 7 of Swords in reverse, they have taken from you before. And it was not good, and that's why you're in separation. Okay, so don't fucking do it, bitch. And they keep reaching out. Ghost. You're a ghost. You don't exist, okay? You do not exist. It's you don't exist anymore. That version of you is dead. Okay, that death energy, the version of you that they used to know no longer is alive on this earth. You have evolved. You are bigger and better than that. Okay, so cleansing the house, protecting your house. This is going to help you with your sleep. But if you are not sleeping well, then there is time for you. It's time for you to deal with the anxiety of your sleep. So we've got the Moon card showing up again. Take what resonates. Blank. Money is coming. Problems experienced now are testimonials for the future, bitch. Money is coming. You are guided and protected. Trust that everything is working out for you. So there is this deep need for you to surrender into your truth, into your softness. Soften just a little bit more. Your anxiety is telling you to stop and breathe. You're doing a great job. I can't make this up. That's what it says. They know you're flippin' smart and pretty. Secret crush. So you could have many admirers. Sympathetic nervous system, sense of aliveness. Yeah, the sense of aliveness in your business. And you regulating yourself out of freeze, and that's what you're doing by creating safe spaces for yourself. You can be misunderstood and understood at the same time with different people. Okay, and this is talking about timelines. So when you're on timelines, it's for example, this energy of the Prince of Wands coming through. You could have this someone coming from the past, and you could meet someone new. So you are feeling misunderstood by this person who has already formed energy with you, or whatever the contract says, who will misunderstand you, and then you've got someone who will understand you when they're coming in on the new freeing contracts. Leader in business, wifey in the bedroom. That's cute. So that duality of yourself, wifey in the bedroom, is that sexual energy that you really hold and cater for yourself. You use it in a form of pleasure. And then the leader in business is you use that same pleasure energy. You transform that creation energy, the sexual energy, into creation energy, and you are a leader in that space. But it's not sexual. I feel like that's a big part of healing that you have to do with other people. I feel like maybe you've attracted clients that are quite hypersexual, and this may come from the hypersexualization of yourself. So you could be a very soft, sensual person, but you've grown up with people sexualizing you. Well, that stops today, doesn't it? Because your clients aren't going to do that to you, because you're worth more than that, and you're worth more of how they keep you in that box. So you can be misunderstood, and that is okay. And you can be very understood. Sometimes we focus on not like convincing people and trying to get people to understand, but in your business, you don't need to, because the people who fucking get it, and they are the soul clients. They are the people that will thrive in the aliveness of your business, of what it is that you've got going on, because you are a safe investment. You take care of money. You are a master of money, and you allow money to make other people very, very abundant and very fruitful, right? Because that's what you invest in. When you invest yourselves, when you're paying someone to do something for you, you know that what you're going to get back is going to be more than what you spend, because those are the type of people that you invest in, because you are that person yourself. That is the mirror, right? We're seeing the mirror from the light. We're seeing the mirror in the daytime. There's no more fucking hanging out in the grass and being a snake and making money that feels dirty. Have you ever made money that felt dirty? That's yuck. We're not doing that anymore. So a leader in business, wifey in the bedroom. I like that. Wifey in the bedroom is like, you also get to have that position of having energy being gifted back to you. They know you're flipping smart. We've got light language clearing would benefit you at the moment. I've got a few of those in my energy clearings. If you're interested in that, just in Telegram. Help yourself. Surrender yourself and let me lead. Yummy. So that's kind of like, I'm hearing that as like a masculine energy coming in. This is like spirit telling you to surrender to yourself and let spirit lead the way. You've already got a fated path. All you need to do is just enjoy yourself in that space and let go. Healing whakapapa through soft love, soft bodies, soft minds, soft words, soft energy. Through looking out for your own inner child and loving theirs with the same. Okay, that's cute. That's like talking about inviting people in and healing. So this could be your business, this could be your relationships, sisterhood, but it's all about soft love, soft bodies. So to me, that's nervous system regulation, and you are not in fight or flight when you're enjoying yourself with someone. Soft words, and this is that you know that their behavior and their ways of thinking is soft as well, and they're there to protect you. You know that they're in a very soft masculine energy that is still very, very different to the feminine energy that you're in. Now, this doesn't have to be relationships, okay? This is also you healing your friendship. So when you have friends and when you're in the pleasure of being with someone on that level again, that they are also respecting you, they're listening to you, they're caring about you, and they're nurturing you in your feminine. So this could be like everybody has masculine and feminine traits. So I'm talking about you, and I'm talking about how you are with people as well. Looking out for their own inner child and loving their inner child the same way that you love your inner child. So that relationship that you're building with your inner child, and you're like, oh, I'm so aware of myself. You now to project that outwardly. Be like, okay, this person's coming in to be close to me, whether they're paying to be in my presence through my business, or I'm investing in this person emotionally and we're hanging out in the privacy of my private life, right? They both need, you need to understand that they have inner children, that they have a sense of operating of shadow. And just the same as you tell yourself to surrender and let God lead, it's also the same for these people, your friends. Oh, look, new friends, new hobbies, more parties, and more social gatherings to attend. So you being a part of a warm, loving network, okay? Your business is an entity. It has motion, life force. Your authentic expression requires time of rest to integrate. This is where business strategy ideas are born, or birthed, actually. So when you are sinking into the depths of your business and you're not stuck in freeze or fawn, you're feeding the energy, the life force energy. When you're resting and when you're integrating, this is where the ideas come out, and then you begin to speak the language of your business. Your offerings is your business speaking. That is the entity that you have created and that you're feeding and that you're constructing. That is your business's voice. What you offer is what your entity is wanting to speak into. And then you, as the human that is attached to the entity, because it is you get to play that out. And that's your life purpose, bitch. You get to be paid to do that. And people will happily pay you because you're also healing the world, your community. It's bigger than the problem, right? Your plan is bigger than the problem. You don't have to know the problem. You don't have to spend the time in the dark trying to understand what the problem is. You can feel it and you can just breathe life over it. So lots of new avenues coming and opening for you. Lots of new friends. More parties to go to. More social gatherings. Kids' birthdays. Family days. Barbecues. Beach trips. Museum trips. Concerts. Magic shows. There's just so many things. Poetry groups. And then you've also got your business thriving. So really at this time, focus on the soft love, the soft bodies. Loving people's inner child the way that you love you, and still respecting yourself with the boundaries. Okay, let's get a couple cards on some self-care. We've got the solar plexus chakra. Ooh, that came out. We had a lot of solar plexus work come out of yesterday's reading, so that's available on YouTube if you want to go and read that. I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. We've got abundance. I am grateful for the abundance nature and the universe provide in my life. We've also got Archangel Raphael, and he is a healer, like actually heals. I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. We've also got the healer. So you are a healer. You are a loving and compassionate and able to bring healing to others. We've got a nurturing heart of mother. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. This really reminds me of you taking care of somebody else's inner child. It's that mothering, loving, nurturing energy. And I feel like this is also your wifey energy. It's the energy that you really present around your children, other people's children. I feel like if you're single, you're gonna there's like a part of the collective that is gonna meet a man or a woman with children. You're going to be able to love someone else's child like your own. We've got the throat chakra, so you speak your truth and encourage others to speak theirs. This is important to do, and allowing others to speak their truth, but you holding them in a safe space. There's no point in you getting yourself tied up in spaces with people when they speak, you get fucking triggered. Don't do it, bitch. It's not time to be having interactions like that, okay? Those are the relationships that you need to just move out of your energy for a bit so you can get your shit together, so you can have those conversations if you feel like you need to at the end of the day. Sometimes we do healing around like wanting to talk to someone about the thing, and then once we let it go, we realize that we don't actually need to do that and we can just move on happily. Reach out. I reach out my hand and my heart to connect to and unite all of humanity. Okay, this is you really stepping into your business. It's very exciting, actually. It's very deep within your energy ports too. Solar plexus and throat. These energies are, it's you having that outward release. Beautiful. Well, I'm going to love you and leave you now from here. Beautiful, beautiful, deep, connected energies that we went into. You can book a reading through the links in my Instagram or on my YouTube. You can join me in Telegram or on Instagram. But yeah, take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. I love you, and I will see you again really, really soon when Spirit calls.